We have avid fans of John D. Matthew in our panelists today. Alice Wahome can remember John D. Matthew, Isaac Mwaura as well, even Herman Manyora. Kongo Mogoni, I don't know if Richard Onyonka can remember, but I'll give it a sporting chance to Herman Manyora. Which song do you remember? And of course, that's a tragic accident. Our sincere condolences and deepest sympathy to the family as well this morning. Herman Manyora.
First of all, my condolences to the family and the fans and Kenyans in general. The mother was a popular musician. I am a fan of anything local.
Anything local.
Even when I talk about obsession with the Premier League, not that I hate football, but if we can earn a lot of revenue from what we can do here in terms of music, in terms of sports. There is so much, and our youth can exploit their talent.
Thank you.
So, the Matthew was a good musician. I may not remember the songs right away, but I remember dancing a lot over his songs when we used to go for the Mugithi nights and stuff like that. Yeah.
Richard Onyonka, did you dance to any?
For me, as usual, this is political. I remember the Matthew doing a song against Raila.
Oh, really?
Yes, there was one where he was hitting at him. And I remember once, even when that was happening, there was a function. I think we were in one of the functions in town, and he happened to be there. And Raila just started laughing at him. He said, "You ilikuwa mbaya sana." And we laughed it off. And somehow you learn from these political things that it's never personal.
All right.
Yeah.
Isaac Mwaura.
Yes, I really want to join fellow Kenyans and the people of Mount Kenya region in mourning this great legend, a man who I learned about when I was a very small boy listening to his songs like My Dear Duko, which was very popular, but also who I had an opportunity to work with for about 3 months, 2 years ago when we were doing Uhurutu Express, combing up the Mount Kenya region to make sure that there is 100% voter turnout.
Yes.
And he was really, really great, very, very much so. In fact, John D. Matthew was so legendary because he at some point even mentored people like Sabina Chege, the current women rep. In fact, Sabina was a dancer.
Sabina used to be a dancer?
Yes, in John D. Matthew's music. I mean, before, of course, she went even into radio. So he's a great, really, musician. I mean, there was a beeline of activities when he died, at 11 p.m. at night. Is it p.m. or p.m. at night?
At night.
He's really a great, great person in terms of the way he used to speak about. He was very prophetic in the manner in which he used to sing. So the Mount Kenya region and Kenyans at large have really lost a very great musician, and may his soul rest in eternal peace.
Thank you very much. Kongo Mogini, you have any sort of idea who John D. Matthew is?
Dibala, you know me, I'm a native. I just came to the city when I was joining university. So unlike Manyora, I didn't attend those dancing classes. But nevertheless, I want to also pass my condolences to the family of the late musician John Di Maria. But when you hear people dying of accidents, it just reminds us on the state of our roads and how we behave like a very primitive, society. Yesterday I drove all the way from Nyamira to Eldoret to see a patient, then all the way to Nairobi. And you'd be shocked that you are driving on a highway and the markings, the normal yellow line, you drive like 80 kilometers and there is no marking. Bumps on the road, they are not marked, You just suddenly come across bumps and I think when we hear that we are losing such talent through accidents, again we go back to the people who are heading our road agencies, Kenya National Highways Authority, Kenya Rural Roads Authority, Kenya Urban Roads Authority. I think we need to do more. Remember we lost the governor for Nyeri.
Yes.
When he hit this side rail markings. When you travel to outside countries, those railings are protection. If you are to hit it, you will hit into a rubber, But in this country, if you hit it, you hit metal and it will rip you off. So I think we need to do more to ensure that we protect the lives of motorists who are using our roads. This should be our, just a reminder, wake-up call, that we need to do more to ensure that there is more protection on the road users.
Right. Finally, Alice Wahome, you can recall maybe some of the songs that John D. Matthew sang. My dear Duko, my dear Duko, my dear Duko, da 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 da. I grew up in the 80s, of course, and Casey was playing these songs. And I recall my mom used to love John D. Matthew. My dear Duko. So at least Congo Morgan, you can remember that song. My dear Duko.
I know, I don't.
My dear Duko. Dun 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 dun.
I used to sing to us.
I wanted Alice to join me, actually.
This is national television. I would not to make that mistake, but actually, I know John D. Matthew, and as you have said, he comes from Gatanga. I want to pass my condolences to his family and the entire Gatanga fraternity, especially the musicians. That he was actually, I think he was chairing one of the circles for the musicians in Muranga. I know they are deeply mourning.
Thank you.
The Matthew was actually one of the, you would never complete campaigns without him coming to support by way of volunteering in the big trucks, and he was a hit. He was always a hit, actually. Very soft spoken, but he comes up with very clear message. He's in the leagues of people like Peter Kigia, and I think lately, actually, he sang one of the songs that is going to be a hit now, Twabe Turehe Vire. We first pay the debt. You know, he sings political songs in a way, both the secular and political songs. You will always find that people love his tune. He is very good at his guitar. During the campaigns, he actually bought us, I remember very well, the thing that is coming to my mind is that you would even call him in your own personal musafara, but also presidential musafaras, for the campaigns. And for me, I feel the loss. I remember that after one of the heavy musafaras, he took us somewhere near the Blue Post where he has died. There is a joint he loved. I don't remember the name, but there is a joint just a walking distance from Blue Post where he would put meat, and he actually hosted us to a late evening, early evening dinner. Very good roast meat there, and so John will be missed by even the people of Gatanga.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
All right, of course, Kenya has lost an icon.
Yeah, I mean,
yes,
of
please,
course.
yes, please.
Allow me just a second to pick up on something Morgan said. The accidents on our roads, the sheer waste of human life and the tragedies on our roads reminds me of one thing, and I hope President Uhuru Kenyatta will listen to me. The minister in charge of this docket is so busy with the infrastructure department. He has no time for the transport, because the big money and the big deals are infrastructure. Let them continue doing that and cutting deals and eating if they must eat. But surely give somebody the transport docket to concentrate on transport, because the rate at which we are losing lives on our roads, honestly, Alice, what would you say about what you see on our roads? The state of our roads.
It's appalling.
The president honestly ought to split this ministry into two. How he will do it, I don't even care. Because Macharia is fixed on the infrastructure, the big projects. Wapatie mtu mwingine hii kazi ya transport.
But NTSA, I mean, that is their sole function.
No,
to make sure we have safety.
head, uko ministry. Watoe hapo kwa infrastructure. Wacha ya kaya infrastructure na housing na billions and trillions. But let somebody care about human lives on our roads.
I think NTSA
doesn't deal with the roads.
No, they used to. I think we need
the
to. They had started. In fact, they were also on the road, but I think they have been called off from the road because we now use more of the traffic police officers. But even when they were on the road, they used to be facilitated or assisted by the traffic officers because they had not reached a point of training, and in any case may not be necessary to train more personnel. But of course, you know, most of our traffic officers have very bad manners, especially corruption, small bribes.
Right.
They let all these bad habits be practiced on the road. It also speaks to Kenyans. Kenyans are very bad drivers. Really, Kenyans are very bad drivers. They are impatient. They are rude on the road. They just, you know, do all manner of bad things. You know, when you go outside of our jurisdiction, you really, even yourself, you find yourself crossing the road at the wrong place at the wrong time, and you stop remembering. You now remember, Allah, this is not the way it is done here. You know, because we just are not very good people on the road. But I want to say there are several things that can be fixed, you know, especially bumps at the right places, ensuring that the traffic flows properly so that all these frustrations we are seeing on the road are not there. And potholes, including on the highways, should never be, you know, high roads and the main trunk, you know, connecting roads should never be on the road.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Right, and of course, this is just highlighting, yes, that we've lost an icon here in the country as far as local music is concerned. That is the death of John D. Matthews. And of course, he's bringing about that particular subject of safety on the roads. Here in the country, we seem to be losing very, of course, important lives as well as far as roads are concerned. We want to back